Welcome to Factotum Life. But what I do need to do is we need to work on our interior project, which is the evaporator and the heater core. And as you can see here, what we're going to end up having to do is we're going to have to take this dash down. Now, I have not done a heater core or an evaporator in one of these trucks ever. I can't imagine it's going to be all that challenging or difficult, but you know, just as I say that, something will come up. So we're gonna take our time doing it, and we'll see what happens. I am gonna tape this. I don't know which order. Realistically, this is gonna probably be the last video that comes out in the series of truck repairs. So let's get to work on and let's get this thing going. In 1994, what they did was, this is kind of older Chrysler technology that they used in the 80s. And what they did was, this was a three-piece that had a connection in the middle. And so in the case of an accident, the piece in the middle would actually drop down. And that would prevent the steering column from becoming a javelin. And so what you can see here is the connection piece right here. This is the piece that essentially, this is the breakaway portion. And they had a recall on this because it would actually drop down and or fall apart, or something would happen where potential steering would be lost. This doesn't have the ability to pivot inside the vehicle. So what we're going to end up doing is, there's 4 or 5 nuts and there's kind of a large area. We're actually going to disconnect all this stuff on the outside here, and then we're going to actually disconnect it on the inside of the car and pull it out. And that will allow us to pull the dash away and move it. I don't think we can really remove this dash because it's all still kind of connected. We need to be able to pull it away so we can gain access to that box. That's what we're going to have to do. And then, of course, in the meantime here, I have screws that are fully corroded and rusted, and it got ugly on the other side. We'll be able to save this piece and glue it back together, but the I think there's an easier way. I didn't realize I can gain access to these screws on the underside. So we're going to loosen them up on the underside, and then I'll take them out the rest of the way. All right, so we have sort of cleaned up our box a little bit here. This is our new evaporator. I've swapped over some of the insulation that doesn't come with the aftermarket. And then, of course, we used our Armaflex. And we're going to put this back in like this. So this heater core essentially is all flipped over upside down right now. Okay, we're all back together with our box. We have our new heater core and evaporator installed. So now the fun part is we get to launch it back into the vehicle and tighten it all down. All right, well, we are back working on our truck, and of course, things never go quite as planned, but had a little bit of a challenge with our quick connects, which aren't so quick when you're using multiple aftermarket parts. So this is what the ring of a quick connect looks like. And it's supposed to go inside this sort of retainer right here, and you're supposed to just be able to push it in, and then you have a special tool to release it. Seems pretty simple until it doesn't go in. So for the past 2 hours I've spent dinking around trying to get this to go in, and long story short, I ended up having to modify the tube that was causing the issues. The lip was curling out and making it bigger, and everything was compounding, so I had to basically try to curl it back out, make sure I didn't get metal shavings into the tube, and then it all worked. So we have our air conditioning now sealed up, and you can see here there is our new evaporator dryer. We've got it on the vacuum pump right now. I like to have it on the vacuum pump while I start disassembling. That way, by the time I get to the point where one, you can verify that it's holding a vacuum, but the system's good and dry. So that is how I like to operate. So what we're going to do next now is we're just basically going to put the dash back into place, reconnect everything. I'm going to spare everyone the video on that, since you already saw it kind of coming down. And hopefully, because I've done this, it won't take too much time. The only thing left then will be to vacuum fill the coolant system, which I will do a tape on. And then we can get to the point, hopefully, where the HVAC in the interior is all buttoned up. We're ready to go. Okay, so what we're doing here is we have pulled the vacuum on everything. Don't. Okay, Ed. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to
push that down.
Yep.
We want it to pump, right?
Yep.
We're sort of using this as a pump. And then we're going to release this right here, and then go have it all flow. It's in the green bag.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's moving fast. So once it gets to the 10, we're going to stop.
Okay.
So once it gets down to 0, it'll stop pumping.
Yep, it'll be full.
It'll stop pumping for us and let us know.
Yep.
Will this be empty by the time? So will it stop for us and it won't overfill? And we're out. Are we all there? That
Yep, all done.
So don't we have to shut off the airway? Then shut off the pumpness so it doesn't squirt all over. There we go. And that's how you put